Welcome to episode 1 of the Renovation Diaries. My name is Julie, I'm a registered interior designer, and right now I'm also the client. My husband and I purchased our house 16 years ago in 2009, and since then it has served our family very well, but it's worn down and it no longer functions for our growing family. It has 2 small bedrooms upstairs that we've made improvements to over the years. It has small rooms on the main floor, and a kitchen so small, my daughter's friend once said it was the smallest she'd ever seen. Fair, but she's still welcome anytime. We call it the sorry kitchen because 2 people in there means constant apologizing. Fun fact, our old condo kitchen was bigger than what we have now. That tells you everything. 16 years ago, we made a promise that we didn't keep. We said once we'd paid down $50,000 of our mortgage, we would renovate the kitchen. Well, it never happened because life took us in a different direction. I left my full-time employment at a large downtown design firm and started my own business. We may have also prioritized a few other things, like getting married, like having a baby, who quickly turned into a little toddler and a little man. Then we had another baby, and she quickly grew up too. In fact, once the kids were born, life seemed to be in fast forward. Keeping up with these 2 has been very busy and a lot of fun. When we came up for air in 2018 and took a look around, we quickly realized that the kitchen renovation was the least of our concerns. I had a growing business that now required an employee for whom I had no space in our house. Office space cost a small fortune in 2018, and I wasn't looking to get into the 5-year lease commitment that was being asked. So we shelved the home reno idea and built a backyard studio instead, finishing it in 2019 just before the pandemic. And what a stress saver that extra space was. It even doubled as a homeschool for a while. Fast forward a few months into the pandemic and business took off. Everyone was at home looking at their spaces in need of updating, and I was very busy. I was quickly working long days on client projects with no time to think about our own home. We were basically just trying to survive with daily pandemic life demand. We were overwhelmed and honestly couldn't even fathom trying to improve the sorry kitchen. Fast forward a couple of years now, the pandemic's kind of a thing of the past, the kids have been growing up, and now the biggest issue has revealed itself to us, having a 2-bedroom house. At the time of this filming, our son is 14, our daughter is 11, and they still share a room. It worked when they were little, it does not work now. They share this double dresser that can no longer fit their almost adult-sized clothes, and a small closet with double hanging that isn't big enough. It's torture for them both. They need privacy and the ability to have friends over without a sibling standoff. We are all tired of hearing the arguments. Don't let your friends touch my things, or keep your mess on your side of the room. About 2 years ago, our daughter finally got fed up and she moved a bed to the basement to get some distance. I am told the basement is less scary than sharing a room with her brother. But the solution only helped a little. There's no closet, there's no dresser, so she still has to go upstairs to get dressed. There's also no privacy from the rest of the basement, and everyone has to walk past her bed to get to the laundry room. So once she goes to bed, none of us can finish our laundry. We looked at moving, but we quickly ruled it out. We love our neighborhood, it's walkable to stores, close to the local mall, and we're a short commute to downtown, and moving costs aren't insignificant. There is also a lot we would have to do to get our house into a sellable state, and these are things we want to tackle in our renovation anyway. Also, I'd have to leave behind my beautiful backyard office, and nothing else comparable exists on the market. And let's be honest, being an interior designer means I'd want to change most things in almost any house we bought anyway. So instead of putting the money into all of that, we're going to put all of the money into this house. I have done so many plans over the last few years, and they have priced so many quotes. All of those options ate up way too much of the budget. With too little gain, it meant we had to compromise too much on the rest of the house. So in the end, we decided to work with the existing footprint. The house is over 70 years old. It needs a lot of the budget allocated to bringing the infrastructure up to today's standards. There's some areas we have to compromise on. We're leaving almost as is. We're giving them some new floors and a fresh coat of paint. As an interior designer working on my own home, that's definitely the hardest part of this renovation emotionally, is that so much of the budget is earmarked for things you don't really see, like the roof, the drains, insulation, wiring. In an ideal world, I would have more to spend on interior finishes. The reality is we will have to pick and choose where to save to be able to spend on the important things. Luckily, I already know how to do this. I do this with my clients, where it's important to spend and not skimp, and where it's okay to cut back a little bit. So many beautiful things, not an unlimited budget. So we're tackling the whole renovation at once instead of room by room for 3 reasons. 1, it would take a lot longer to do it in pieces. I'm more of a rip the band-aid off type of person, just make the decision and get it done. 2, when I think back to how much prices have gone up over the last 6 years, I have regrets that we didn't take the time to get here sooner. Maybe could have explored doing a larger scope if we weren't up against constantly rising prices. Finally, 3, we aren't getting any younger, our kids are growing up quickly, so tackling this now means more time for our family to enjoy it together. So, with a firm budget in mind and a strong team behind us, we're jumping in. It's equal parts exciting and terrifying, and mostly I'm worried about what's behind our 70-year-old walls. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be finding a place to live. Thanks for joining me on this journey.